And then last but not least, Tyler, you're going to give us a quick demo of the Our Hometown Ad Network revenue tracking widget, which we recently introduced on the WordPress dashboard. So, Tyler, welcome to Office Hours.
Thank you. Sounds good.
All right. So now let's pull up your blog posts. Tyler, could you show us some of the ad positions on Wilson County? Wilson County is fully optimized, which means they are using all available positions essentially, and they're using video ads. I really think the video ads pay more. I don't know exactly how much more. You see how, she's basically blocked off that entire right column there. They are auctioning off those ads to the highest bidder. That's a regular, these are all her local ads. And that's the thing that Vera always points out that's really good, is that you don't have to give up your local advertisers for this. There's room, on these websites for everyone. And to still pretty much be fully optimized, you can run all your local ads. This whole thing isn't for everyone. I mean, I'll be the first to admit that there's some publishers that just aren't going to want other people's ads that they haven't sold, period. But you just got to look at the numbers, and the process will be, if you're interested in this, you can submit a form that we'll be sending out in the newsletter, and we'll send you a revenue estimate based on the last several months of visitors. But then once we set it up, the ads will be running. They'll look essentially like this. Tyler, what's the next thing that they have to look forward to on the dashboard?
In the dashboard, we have the stats breakdown, which shows you your monthly revenue based off of those ads.
Right. A brand new widget. Now let's just stay on September for now. Let's not look at the other months. I don't really want to give away Wilson County's revenue, but they are doing very well. They're very happy with how this is performing, but we're just in the second day of September. They've already made $37. So you can see where this is going. This is one of the more popular sites. She is a paid subscription site, but she still gets excellent traffic. I think that's the metered paywall. So you see how we're starting to find our way in the dark here. It seems like if we can just actually monetize traffic and not kill our traffic with a hard paywall, we have a metered paywall. That seems to be like the best of both worlds. And again, you don't have to run all these ads, and you may not be making $15 a day if you don't run all of them. That's totally hands-off turnkey revenue. There's no ad person that you have to pay. The ad networks are doing all that for you. If you just piece together these revenue streams, we can make this work, because they've also got subscription revenue, which is already covering the cost of their website, as we've talked with them many times, and they continue to grow that and enforce the value there with things like audio articles. And the audio articles are going to build the traffic too, which are going to help with the ads. So the bottom line is, once you sign up, you can cancel at any time if you're not happy. There's no commitment. There's not even a setup fee. And from day one, you can see how this performs. And it does sometimes jump around a little bit the first couple days, the EPMV, but then it's usually settles out, and you're going to know exactly what you're going to make each month before the month's even over.
Another thing to point out, I don't think we brought up, is that the ads are actually targeted to the reader. And studies show time and again that readers are more receptive to things that are more personalized.
Definitely. The studies are great to hear, but they're probably way behind the industry. Like you look at retargeting ads, those have been around for a while, and yeah, they're definitely effective. Google tracking, there was some news about that possibly going away, but they would still be able to track certain things, just not like detailed demographics on the person. But I think they can still track like what websites you've been to, and then research, like you go to a clothing website and then you see ads for that advertiser everywhere. That's what you're talking about, the personalized ads, right?
Right. I guess it creates a better atmosphere for ads as opposed to just a page full of ads that you're not interested in.
Sure. Yeah. No, I mean, definitely. The old way of advertising is totally, it's just not viable. I mean, it makes sense on the in the local newspaper, I think, still as part of their revenue, because knowing who's in the community, I mean, there's a reason that you would want to buy from that person because they're just down the road. When you're talking about national brands, you really need that customization to make it more helpful. Advertising should be helpful, it shouldn't be manipulative necessarily. So,
Right. And, another thing, and it might not be super important, but ad networks do add a certain level of credibility to your website. Just
that's
like,
exactly what we've heard from
right.
publishers. Yeah, that's what
It's
Wilson
like you're
County.
not, you're no longer just the small kid on the block. You've got the whole corner because you're
Yep,
up there with the big guys now.
that's true. Yeah, right. Perception is reality
Right.
sometimes. In that case, they are used to seeing Business Insider, CNN, New York Times. They all run AdSense pretty much. So we could run AdSense on your sites, and many of our publishers have done that for years, but we have found something that is actually paying more. Like it's not just like a promise that they will pay more. We're seeing the results. So that's the only reason we're recommending this. And the other thing is with our ad network, you're going to have our support, because we're dealing with, multiple ad networks, but we have connections with their support team, and we are your window to that, as opposed to AdSense where there is no email or phone number anywhere on the website, and you can kind of get lost in this bureaucratic mess. It's not even a bureaucracy, it's just like this tech Kafka-esque.
We take our publishers seriously, whereas
Well, they won't even talk to you. They won't
right.
even respond if like your account has been flagged at any point, and that happens all the time with AdSense. News sites, they could set off some automated flag, and then you're kind of just like banned. So
Oh,
that's the other thing. You're going to get the support from our hometown. The same support you get on everything else is going to apply to the ad network. I really think that most publishers can get there. A lot of publishers, more than you would think, are already there with subscriptions. This can just put them over the top. So you just buy it in one click.